Hello viewers and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss the poem A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. In this poem, the poet compares a tiger in two different situations. The first situation is where he is captivated and kept in a zoo. He has limited space there, he cannot hunt for his own food there, and he cannot terrorize the animals and people there. In the other situation where he is in his natural habitat, he has lots and lots of space there. He can move freely in the jungle and he can also hunt for his own food there. So the main message this poem gives us is that we should not keep anything captivated which has life in it, which can move and which deserves to be free, which deserves to be independent. Before we discuss this poem much deeply, let me tell you something about the poet Leslie Norris. Leslie Norris is a Welsh poet born in the year 1921. His full name was George Leslie Norris. He is a poet as well as a short story writer. He is considered as most important Welsh writers of the post-war period. Post-war means after World War II. And his literary works have won many prizes. His famous works are Finding Gold, The Loud Window, Phoenix Living Poet Series, Ransom, etc. Now let us start the poem. We will read the poem stanza by stanza. We will understand its meaning along with some difficult words. Okay. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. In this stanza, the poet describes a tiger in the zoo. Like all the tigers, this tiger also has beautiful black stripes on his brightly colored coat, orange coat. He is talking in his own cage. That means he has a limited space in his cage, so he walks within that cage only. He cannot go outside. On pads of velvet quiet. Quiet means making no sound. So while walking, his paws are actually so soft, they are so velvety that they do not make any sound while the tiger is walking in his quiet rage. The tiger is very angry because he is captivated there, but he does not show his anger. He is keeping his anger within himself. Instead of being in a cage, he should be in the jungle there. But let us discuss more about this in the next paragraph. He should be lurking in the shadow, sliding through long grass, near the water hole where plum deer pass. Lurking means hiding. He should be hiding in the shadows. And why he should be hiding in the shadows? Because the tiger hides in long grass, they hide in shadows, they wait for their prey, they wait for the plump deer, rabbit, or some animal to pass so that they can jump on that animal and hunt them. They can eat that animal. So that instead of being in the cage, the tiger should actually be there in the jungle hunting for his own food near the water hole, because the plump deer actually pass through the water hole for drinking water. Okay. Stanza 3. He should be snarling around houses. Snarling means make an angry sound while showing the teeth. Animals like lion and tiger, they make sound like that, no? At jungle's edge, bearing his white fangs, his claws terrorizing the village. Now he is there in this cage. He has even lost interest in terrorizing the people because he is not independent there. He, instead of that, he should be snarling around houses. That means the villages which are near the jungle, the villagers, they do not go outside after dark because they are afraid of the tiger there, because the tiger may hunt the people. So instead of being in the cage, the tiger should be in the outskirts of the village, terrorizing the people, forcing the people to be inside of their house, and snarling around them with his white fangs and his claws. Okay. The next stanza. But he's locked in a concrete cell. Concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. But instead of snarling around the houses, instead of hunting deers, he's locked in a concrete cell. Concrete means cemented cell. He's locked in a concrete cells and his strength is behind the bars. He cannot show his strength to anyone. He cannot hunt inside his cage, right? He cannot claw at the people, he cannot show the people, he cannot terrorize the people if he is behind the bars. Stalking the length of his cage, again the same thing. Because he has such a limited space, he is walking inside his own cage, stalking inside his own cage. Stalking means to follow. Ignoring visitors, he is ignoring visitors because he has lost interest in terrorizing people. He is so sad with his loss of independence that he does not want to terrorize the people. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. The last voice every night the tiger hears is of the patrolling cars. The patrolling cars, they check whether each animal is behind the concrete bar and cage is locked or not. So while listening to that sound, instead of focusing in his own situation, he's staring at the brilliant stars, that means the brightly colored stars, with his brilliant eyes. Now his eyes are also brilliant because in that eyes he has a wish to be free. The eyes are brilliant because those eyes hold a wish. They want to be free. Those eyes want to see the jungle again. Those eyes want to search for the predator or the prey. That's why his eyes are brilliant. They are called brilliant in this